Hello everyone, welcome to GB Bricks. In today's video, I'm going to be having a look at the new Batman Forever Batmobile that was announced today by Lego. It's officially on their website now. The Batman Forever, well, the movie first and foremost, I was a young kid when it came out. I must have been about 12, 13, and it blew me away when I saw it in the cinema. It was just so colourful and vibrant, and as much as I look back now and prefer the Tim Burton films that came before it, it still holds a special place in my heart. And the Batmobile I absolutely loved as a kid, this one, and I'm so happy to see that it's finally been announced by Lego as an official model, but I haven't even looked at it yet, so I'm going to have a look in a minute and give you my first impressions. So what do I think of the 1995 Batman Forever Batmobile? Well, let me tell you. So just looking at it and first impressions then, it does look quite incredible, to be honest. It's a very iconic Batmobile. It replaced the '89 Batmobile, which was in the first two films, of course, so it had some serious competition. And whilst it doesn't quite match that one, as time has gone on, in my opinion, its slimline design definitely makes it a memorable addition to the Batmobile family, and the curvature of this model on first glance does a good job of replicating that. One thing it doesn't seem to be able to fully replicate, though, is the neon blue that shines through in the body of the vehicle, one of the most iconic parts of this Batmobile, I believe. And having a look at the pictures here on Lego's official website, it doesn't look as if that is the case here. You should be able to see the blue kind of shining through the ribcage almost of the Batmobile. It doesn't look like you can see that on here. I'd be very happy to be proven wrong with that though. It looks like the driver's compartment lifts up, judging by an image on the back of the box that's on the website, as opposed to sliding forward, which I'm fairly sure it did in the film. I'm trying to remember, there was a part where Robin stole the Batmobile, wasn't there, and went off fighting criminals, but it looks like here you have to lift it up as opposed to there being any sort of mechanism, which there was in the Lego 1989 Batmobile, of course, albeit that was much more expensive and much larger. Another very iconic part of this Batmobile are the fins almost on the top, so you have one at the back of the Batmobile and one on both of the rear wheels. Now from the front, these look great actually, really, I thought they'd nailed it completely. Now having a look at a side-on picture, the middle one, the largest of the three, perhaps looks a bit too big. I'm not quite sure, I'd have to see an image of the Batmobile from the movie again. I know it was large, it almost kind of wobbled as the Batmobile drove down the streets at times, but it looks a bit too big here. I will praise them in that they've done a good job of getting the curvature right, and it definitely does a good job of evoking that vehicle, but I think it is perhaps a little too large in terms of that fin. The wheels look fantastic, the hubcaps with that blue and the Batman sign look great. The front looks great, the curves on the front, again from the pictures I can see at least, look almost spot on. I will say that the front, judging by these pictures, looks like the best part. There are other parts that look very good, but they're all just missing something, or something's not quite right. That front, as far as I can see, looks fantastic. I like the way they've built up the grille at that front again. I think that looks really good. It looks like they've used silver pieces there as opposed to grey, which is great. Looks like there's quite a few smaller pieces at the back to get those curves right, which is fair enough if that's the only way they can do it with the pieces they currently have. And there's 909 pieces included in this set, which makes it about half the size piece count wise as the 1960s Batmobile that came out, was it back end of last year or mid last year, around about that time, but about twice the size of the two more recent smaller Batmobiles, being the animated series and the more recent Tumbler. In terms of dimensions, from floor to top of the fin, height wise it's 17 centimeters tall, it's 41 centimeters long and 12 centimeters wide. I think the 1960s Batmobile was 50 centimeters long, so it sounds like they're quite similar, albeit at very different price points when you say it like that. But of course, a lot of the length in this will be the overspill of that fin, which obviously protrudes past the end of the vehicle. Specs from Lego themselves, it says it features a moulded windscreen, rotatable wheels, authentic decoration and an opening cockpit revealing a detailed interior, so the cockpit, as we said, lifts up. It comes with a vehicle information plate and a Batman minifigure with its own stand. The stand is quite a basic one, it's not to the standard or the same detailing as those larger Batmobiles, which is to be expected, I guess, owing to this one's smaller scale. It looks to be a print though, it looks to be a 2x8 tile with the Lego logo on, the Batman Forever logo on, of the Batman sign within the question mark. Great sign that, or a great piece of marketing that was. And then Batman Forever written beside it. And you get the Batman from that movie, played by the late great Val Kilmer that passed away very recently, sadly. And this suit, looking at the image that I have here, it's quite hard to get a proper look at. It looks potentially to be the one towards the end of the film where they had the suit change and Robin officially joined him and they went off to fight the Riddler and Two-Face. I could be wrong, it could be the suit he wore through the rest of the film, but it does look slightly silver, which was, I believe, the colour of that second suit in that film. On the whole, as much as I'm an advocate for Lego making smaller sets sometimes, this is one I would have loved to have seen as a large scale model in the same ilk as the 89 Batmobile or the more recent 1960s Batmobile. Hopefully that's something they can do in the future. £89.99 RRP in the UK for 909 pieces. I mean, it does look lovely. It's not quite as accurate as I would have liked. It needs that blue. It needs a splash of neon blue on there somehow. Maybe it is there and I just can't see it in the pictures, I don't know. But yeah, that is quite expensive. It's definitely one I'll be picking up at some point. I've got so much time for this Batmobile. The 89 one is my favourite, but I was 12 when Batman Forever came out and it blew me away. You know, I watch it now and it makes me cringe at times, but wow, as a young, impressionable child, it just, I loved it. Absolutely loved it. And I love this Batmobile. So yeah, one I will be picking up at some point, I'm sure. And I'm just thankful that we do have it in Lego form finally. So there you have it. There are my thoughts on the Batman Forever Batmobile. It does look great. I wish it was a full-scale set, and I know I sound like a hypocrite because the last few videos I've been banging on about Lego going smaller, but this is one certainly where I would have been happy for them to go the other way. But yeah, do let me know your thoughts down below. Quite, you know, poignant, I guess, that it's coming just after Val Kilmer has passed away. You know, he played the role very well in a film that divides opinion, but it's a lot of fun to watch, and this Batmobile is iconic, and I'm happy that this set is coming for sure. Don't forget, there's lots more content on this channel if you want to give it a watch. My most recent video before this was a non-Lego brick-based product, which was actually a model of Johnny Five from the Short Circuit films. A good model that, I reviewed it, so I'll put a card to that in the top right hand corner if you want to give that a watch. But until next time, take care and happy building.